it's me, and I forgot to put the lights on. Oh, there we go. That's better. How is everyone? I'm just checking the old email. Yay! We are live. So let me know when you sign in. Sorry, there's just something that's gone into my inbox. So yes, let me know when you sign in where you're from. That would be lovely. I'll just refresh the chat because sometimes it needs that. We have had the most bizarre weather recently. I mean, just mad. Totally and utterly mad. Over the weekend, it was, well, on Saturday, it was about 20 degrees. Lovely, very unseasonal, but very nice. So I did some gardening, got slightly sunburnt. So yes, very, very brightly coloured cheeks. And yeah, I think we've already got the odd tan line going, so I'm just trying to clear some stuff away so that you don't get a sneak peek of what I've already done. Hello Leslie, hello Shaz, hello Kay, hello Marlene from Wisconsin. Hope everyone is doing well. I have my coffee in my lovely Stampin' Up Tahitian Tide Retiring in Colour mug. Hello Jane from Georgia. Hello Jan from Sunny Weekly. Okay. I wouldn't call us sunny at the moment, but okay. So yes, coffee. Oh, that's good. Right. So yes, so I did lots of gardening on Saturday, got quite sunburnt. I was wearing short sleeve t-shirt, ink on my tan lines. Hello Karen. And then Saturday was supposed to be cooler, which it was, but I was still doing quite a lot of gardening, so it was still quite warm. And I bought myself a new pair of dungarees. Well, I say new pair, I've not had dungarees for years, but I bought myself a pair of dungarees specifically for working in the garden and doing decorating and stuff. So, you know, I don't care if they get dirty, that sort of thing. Hello Sherry, hello Mary from the Netherlands. You've got blue skies with sun. Okay, well we've got clouds with a little bit of blue poking through. But the forecast for later today is rain, so that'll be fun. But the garden probably needs it. So Saturday was mostly the digging up kind of bit of, you know, the spring gardening, getting everything ready for planting. And we have, in my flower bed, I only have one flower bed, let it be said. We're called the Old Stables for a reason. We are on the Old Stables block, or on the Old Stables site. And when they built the house, I don't think they did much about breaking up the stable yard, other than probably just breaking it up and covering it with soil. So there's about yay much, well, possibly maybe a foot of reasonable topsoil, and then you hit hardcore, which is fun because it means that the trees that are planted there, quite a lot of their roots go out sideways rather than down. Some of them go down, but most, you know, there's quite a lot of roots that are bigger than you would expect at that level. Anyway, so I dug out, we've got Pulmonera, which is lovely and it's great for the bees early in spring because they're one of the first flowers to come out other than daffodils. Hello Cheryl from Nebraska. So Pulmonera, and Pulmonera is a very odd flower because it's purple and pink and it changes colour depending on how long it's been out. And the one that we've got has got the white splodges on the leaves. So I pulled out pretty much every single one. They shoot from the roots, so the roots go out and they shoot from there. Plus they self-seed. So I pulled all those out, but there's also wild violet, whose idiot idea was that, to put wild violet in the flower bed. That'll be me. Didn't realise it was wild violets. I thought they were violas. However, so they spread beautifully as well. So I pulled all that out. Went to the garden centre the following day on Sunday, early-ish in the morning before, you know, the ravenous hordes arrived. to buy plants to then plant in the space. Pulmonera, £13 a plant. I probably threw out about £400 or £500 worth of Pulmonera. However, hello Lorna from Chester, off to Anglesey. Oh, lovely. You've got to take craft things. Yes, it's going to rain a lot. Hello Deborah from Michigan. So yes, that was my weekend. Then yesterday was supposed to be very, very windy and very, very wet. And it was very, very windy, but not so wet. In fact, we got more solar power off the roof yesterday probably than we got on Sunday. But anyway, oh, the sun's just come out. It's brightening up, but I think it's then going to get worse. Anywho, enough blether from me. I've given everyone enough time to join. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. So let us go like that. Empty. Ooh, and crooked. I don't like a crooked. Ooh, let's throw things in the bin. In trying to sort one thing out, I cause other issues. That's better. It's not completely straight, but it'll do. So, today I am doing sneak peek time on Attention Shoppers. Now, this was one of the stamp sets that was featured as a presentation at OnStage. Sorry, heater's going off. It was only 12 degrees in here when I came in first thing this morning, and it's a little bit... That was a little bit cool. So I've had the heater on my legs. So the lovely, gorgeous, my friend, Michaela Titheridge, had recorded a presentation using this set. So I think anyone that went to OnStage, wherever you were in the world, probably saw her presentation. And I'm just inspired by it. And I will be lifting a couple of her projects because they're beautiful. Anyway, so Attention Shoppers, it's got a birthday celebration, so it's happy birthday, thanks, treat yourself, just for you. Shopping is always a good idea. Now those are pretty generic, I would say, but then we then got a plant, a bottle, I'm thinking possibly champagne, birthday cake, flowers, and a bag of shopping. We then got the trolley, but here's the thing, there is a trolley die, and although it looks like it's going to line up, no. The trolley is separate, so you either stamp the trolley or die cut the trolley. You can't do both. Just saying, they do not line up. I mean, it's not far off, but it's... In fact, it would help if I actually used the full size. It's not far off, but it's not totally right. You were going to buy that set, but you weren't, but Michaela made you do it. Absolutely, Shaz. I would agree. Her projects were amazing. It's not far off, but it's not got that halo around the image. So you possibly could. I might later give it a go. So I need some foil because, you know, shopping cart. In fact, all I have done in prep is... floppy hair. It's been cut tomorrow, but it's gone very, very floppy. I think it's the weather. Blame the weather. All I've done is stamp lots of bottles, a shopping bag, a bunch of flowers, and I've coloured lots of bottles, but I haven't actually done anything else. Hello, Bee! So, I need some foil. I need some card bases as well, and, you know, just generally. I'm just going to have a quick look and see what I have got lying around that I can grab, and the answer is not very much. That's quite nice as a backing, and that's quite nice as general. Oh no, that's not what I thought it was. Oh, that's good. So I'm just grabbing some bits to use, which I should have done before we started. But, you know, why do that when you can just do it by the seat of your pants, frankly? Okay. Oh, I know what I can add in. Come here. There's a good thing. There's that. No, that's not right. Right, so this is the new In Colour Designer Series paper. This is the Carryover Countryside Inn, and obviously this is the latte. So I'm going to start with the latte, I think. Put those on the floor, and I'm going to grab, I was going to grab something else, but I think I'm going to grab that, which is that on the back. But I love this swirl, on the subject of which, oh my goodness, So Swirly embossing folder is huge. Look at it, it's enormous. So a normal embossing folder, yay big. Look, huge, huge. I do love a swirl. Hello, Jules. I'm guessing you're from New Zealand. Yes, 10 PM it would be. Great to catch you live while relaxing after a big day at work. Ah. Hello. Oh, no, I've said hello to Leslie. Hello, Rose from Australia. But yes, huge, huge. Coming soon in a catalogue near you. So, while I think about it, for those of you in Europe, there's been a stock update. So lots of the coloured card and ink that were out of stock are back in. I checked yesterday morning and they hadn't been updated, but yesterday evening they had been, so do bear that in mind. Right, I want early espresso, I think. Oh, and Lost Lagoon, that'd be nice. So we'll do that. Right. So, early espresso and Lost Lagoon. Let's put away what I had out. So, E for early. Going to need a new sheet. Early espresso. Ironed. Le for Lost. That's not Lost Lagoon. That's gorgeous grape. Oh dear. In the Lost Lagoon folder. Just saying. Just saying. Let's pop that back in the gorgeous grape. Right, okay. So, Lost Lagoon and early espresso. I do love Lost Lagoon with the, is it Calypso Coral? Yes, it is. So, and foil. I need silver foil. Foils. That's probably big enough. I can't remember whether this is current or not, but that's definitely big enough. So foils go back in there. Right, okay. Let's do this thing. It's very eye-catching and it is very good value. You're absolutely right, Shaz. Okay, so I'm going to do an early espresso base and a Lost Lagoon matte, and strangely from me, I'm going to do landscape. So I need to score and cut. Oh, the sun's coming out. You're right, Jan, it is sunny. And then and the latte suite is the one I will be using for my April class, as in April advertised, going out early May. So if you're in the UK, keep your eyes peeled on that. That's smaller than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so I've taken, excuse me, I'm just doing some mental arithmetic. In fact, what I'm going to do is pop that to one side and cut what I actually need. It should be so much better. Right, how to waste paper in one easy lesson. Right, did I cut that right? I did. Okay. So we're going to have that as our background. This is our card base. Bone folder. Hello, Jules. Okay, so we need to die cut our trolley. Is that going to go through that way? Yes, it is. So Zu's our baby. My little baby. So Martin was doing some, we have a room which is we rashly call the music room, only because it's got the piano in it, and it's got bookcases and stuff. It's a room we don't use particularly. It's not a very good shape or size. It's got weird, the walls aren't square, as in there isn't a square corner. It's very odd. Anyway, so he was in there this morning getting something out, and I can't really remember what, and it actually doesn't matter, apart from the fact that one of the cats got in and would not come out even when tempted by food, which is very unusual, particularly as it was the boy who seemed to be ruled by his stomach. But yeah, would not come out. He was in there for about an hour, and we couldn't just leave the door open because then we'd end up with all the cats in there, because they like hiding behind things like sofas, because we've got a sofa bed in there. So yes, even with the temptation of treats, he just wouldn't come out. He was behind the sofa bed just looking at me going, "You think I'm going to move? Really? Really? You can give me the treats, but I'm not moving." So yeah, bless him. But he's out now, and then he went and sat on top of the vine. We have a vine that's just coming into leaf, which he loves. I've lost one of my take your picks, and I know you shouldn't have more than one take your pick because you just change the heads, but I've got 3 because I can't be bothered to change the heads. Anyway, so yes, he was sitting in the vine, which was very sweet, being very sweet, because he does do very sweet very well. So I cut my finger, well no, I didn't cut them, I broke my fingernails over the weekend while I was gardening, so they're all very short, and I feel disabled. But have you to head out to work or catch a replay? Thank you, Marlene. You have an amazing day too. You're selling us the music room. Hello, Nora. You're never late. You're always on time. So let's stick all these bits together, and then we can have a look at what we're putting in the trolley. I'm going to be die cutting this trolley a few times, I feel. Because it's lovely. Although actually I'm not going to, because there are other things you can do with this stamp set than just use the trolley. Which is kind of what I want to show you. Hello, Jan. It has been a while, but I'm glad you're here. Jan in Florida. So in a couple of weeks, back end of April, it's the incentive trip, which I'm not going on this year. I mean, I earned the incentive trip. Fewer than 1% of demonstrators earn the incentive trip. It is not typical of the normal demonstratorship. Sorry, I have to put that in. Otherwise, people get upset. So, for various reasons, far too complicated to go into, long-winded and all those things, but for one reason in particular, it's my husband's birthday the day the trip starts, and he doesn't travel, so that was never going to happen. So yes, for various reasons I'm not going on the incentive trip. I was fine with it, and I'm still fine with the decision. It's the right decision. So this is the bottle and my Memento inked pad. So I'm just going to stamp that. As you can see, I have been doing quite a lot of die cutting. So yes, I'm seeing all the stuff that people are being sent and all that stuff. But I should be getting some bits myself soon, so that'll help. I don't get all of the same goodies. Oh, that's the take your pick I was looking for. I don't get all the same goodies. I actually get some different goodies, including I had a choice of cashmere items to choose from. There was what I would call a normal winter scarf, a men's jumper, because obviously there could be men who decide not to go, a poncho, and I have got quite a few ponchos, but so I didn't really need another one of those. But they've also got what they call a wrap, which is this huge, very thin, but cashmere. I've never had anything that's pure cashmere, so I'm looking forward to it. So yes, that's my treat. Was that Pepper? Was that Pepper? Of course that was Pepper. It's always Pepper who's naughty. Actually, it's not always Pepper that's naughty. So I'm using Mossy Meadow, Wild Wheat and Ivory for my bottle. And I'm going to give it some shading. Now I'm thinking that this is actually a highlight, so I'm putting my shading on the opposite side, and I know for it to be a highlight black, kind of no, but anyway, that's how my brain's working this one. So this is dark Mossy Meadow. So yes, Pepper. Whose tail did I say? Did I say this some time ago? I say some time ago. It was a couple of weeks ago. We have a neighbouring cat who lives further down the track, who is very cute, to be fair, but is also not very cute. And for whatever reason, she, I think it's a she, looking at the way her belly wobbles, which is normally a neutered female, has a wobbly belly. Anyway, they got into a scrap. They do occasionally, Pepper and the white cat. And it looks really odd because he's very black and she's very white. But anyway, they got into a scrap and he ended up with a cut on his tail, which I don't know whether it was a claw or a mouth that did it, but it was... So I did all the salt water over it to keep it, because one of our previous cats got an infected cut on her tail and we hadn't realised until I was playing with her tail going up it, and it was like, ooh, what's that lump? And blah, is all I can say. It was horrible. Anyway, Pepper's fine now, so that's good. What happens if you don't attend? Do you still get the prizes? You don't get all of the same bits, but you get some of the same bits, and you do what they call cashing out. So you get, it's not the full, this is the light wild wheat, by the way, it's not the full value of the holiday by any manner or means, but it's a nice slug of change. And you get that at the same time that the trip happens. So it's done on a CSV value. This is the dark wild wheat. And we're using that money. I was going to take my sister-in-law with us, or with me. So because I'm not going, my brother, sister-in-law and Martin and I are going away for a long weekend at a really nice hotel up near Kidderminster. I managed to find a really good deal, which I booked months ago. I want to say I booked it before Christmas. Anyway, I booked it months ago, and yeah, so we're doing that. So we're having our own incentive trip, as it were. Cutting plate, other cutting, base plates, top plate. Right. Okay. So yes. But you don't. There's always a Wheel of Fortune on the incentive trip, which you can go to every morning or every day, and you win either product or prizes that are typical of the country that you're in, and some logoed items. So obviously that, no. But I have to say they're fairly, I can live without them items. I got a cheese slice last time, a can neoprene thing, sleeve thing, as in drinks can. All sorts of kind of just, a key ring. So nothing amazing. Washcloths. I mean, there were all sorts of weird things that you could get. So that is my bottle. But on the Blue Peter special version of, and here's some I prepared earlier, I have a few. I just kind of went mad with them. Don't need that. Right, okay, so the key with this is to decide where my trolley is going to go. To wit, I think probably there. And I'm just going to grab a pencil. Hello, Tina. Wobbly bellied neutral, yes. Sorry not able to go on the incentive trip as you work hard for it, even though you're happy with your decision. Yeah, I know, but do you know, I mean, I am happy with my decision. But here's the thing. So the trip, for the Brits, it would have actually started on the 28th, because in order to get there in time for the start time of the event. So I'm just going to very likely draw where the bottom of my trolley is with my pencil. So Martin's birthday is the 29th. Probably need to put the ends in as well. It's a long way to go for 5 days. And I know I could have extended it, but that would have been at my cost. And I'm not saying that, you know, my father was a Scot or anything, and I'm apologising to any Scots here, but, you know, he was frugal. You know, we never had extravagant holidays. Caravans, yes. Extravagant, no. I really do miss having fingernails. So it's a long way to go for a very short time. So I'm happy. So the incentive trip, Tina, do you mean the specific trip, or do you mean what is an incentive trip? Because those are two different questions. So Les is having a new kitchen. The builder starts on the 13th, so you're planning a trip away for 2 weeks, leaving the builder. Sounds like a plan. Hello, Jenny. Yeah, it's about, if you go direct, Shaz, there are flights, BA fly direct from Gatwick to Cancun, which is the nearest airport. It's 10 hours, which is a long time to be in a plane. And I'm very comfortable with my decision. It's the right decision for me. So it's fine. I could probably get one more in. Both. Okay. So an incentive trip, all demonstrators have the opportunity, although fewer than 1% actually get to do it, of earning the incentive trip, and it's done on a mixture of, you get points for various activities, so sales, team building, etc, etc. Yeah, that's kind of full. I might put another one just there. And if you get the points that are required, you then are gifted by Stamping Up. You do have to pay tax on the benefit. You are gifted a trip, and you know what the trip is before you start the year. So the one that people will be working for now is a trip to Disney in Florida. And I can never remember which is World and which is Land. Yes. Right, so I'm now going to just add this. So, and the gift is for you and a guest to go on this trip. And it's basically fully paid for by Stamping Up. You don't get spending money for when you're there, but you quite often get, so when we were on the cruise last year, we got a drinks package, so we didn't have to pay for any of our soft drinks and stuff like that. So, and obviously on a cruise, most of your food is included anyway. So it was good. But any of the excursions were extra. Now, if it's land-based, they do quite often include an excursion in the trip, so I would imagine that those going to Cancun will have an optional excursion paid for. So I'm just holding that in place. Oh, we're going to have a lovely weekend away, Shaz. So the trip officially starts on the 29th of April, and the 29th of April is my husband's birthday. So that's why it's really not a great plan to be going. That and other issues. Ooh, that needs to come out. I mean, that wouldn't have stopped me, but it's not going means that I am with him for his birthday. So yes, so it's the week of the 29th of April. As I say, if you were going from the UK, you would have been flown into Cancun on the 28th, but you'd only be put up in the airport hotel, so, you know, not great. So yes, so you can cash in and you get, I mean, it's probably less than 25% of the value of the holiday as cash, but it is cash. Oh, that was good. So yes, so that's that. That's wild wheat though, so I'm thinking not. Pretty petal pink, that's the word I'm looking for. Petal pink. Pretty petal. What's the sentiment I'm looking for? That. So that might fit. Let's try. Ooh. So yes, but as I say, I'm very comfortable with my decision. We're going to a lovely hotel, which is dinner, bed and breakfast, including on the last night their taster menu, which will be yummy. Early espresso, I think. So yes. So Shaz has done the journey and she wouldn't do it for 5 days. No, it's a long... I mean, the hotel is amazing. And I am sorry I'm not going. It's the right decision. And, you know, I've got major... I mean, fear of missing out is the wrong thing. I am missing out. I'm seeing all the excitement in the Facebook group. That's not straight. So... from that point of view, it's a bit, but it's fine. So when will the trip to Disney be? That will be this time next year. Probably over my husband's birthday. I can't remember the exact date, but there or thereabouts. So you earn it in the year from the 1st of October to the end of September, but you go on it in the following spring. That's not central. That's more central. There we go. And other end. Oh, and I've just realised which embellishment I can use. And I even know where it is because it's on my desk. Right, so, no, not that, that's in the way, that's what I need, oh no, that's what I need, edge pieces, calling it all edge pieces, right, oh, I've actually got a whole dimensional there, wow, that's weird, I don't normally have whole dimensionals anywhere, when I've got to this stage. Can I tell you how many... Hang on, wait one moment. Can I... You're underneath... How many points you have to have. You have to have 40,000 points. And put that into context... that's the right side. That's the crooked side. It's 1 point for every dollar's worth of product that you sell. Sorry, there's a funny thing just come up on my screen. But you get points for things that your team do as well, so it's not just that. So that's going to go there. And the embellishments are these, because I particularly like that against the pink. So I was finishing off the filming of my last class, so the one that I sold in March that goes live in April. Gonna go up there. And these were one of the embellishments for that. So hence I have them on my desk, because I haven't finished clearing up yet. 'Twas ever thus. So yes, you need 40,000 points, and I'm going to put just 2 little ones up here. So I've had 2 large and a small on the other spaces, but I'm doing 2 little ones up there. So obviously it would need a liner. Can you tell me? Right, so I've done that. Great. Kate is working for the trip. I mean, as indeed am I. Don't think either of us are going to get there, however, but it's fine. Kate has just come back from Disney, so... Oh, actually, I've just thought of what I might be able to put on. Too short. In which case those are going to be too short. No. I was thinking of what I could put on the liner. I can just stamp. You know, I've got the technology. I will stick to black. So I've got a tatty post-it note, so let's use that. And I won't colour that because that's for the inside. So yes, 40,000 points. We thought there were only a few people going in on the Norway trip. There are even fewer going on to Cancun. Hadn't realised how few. I think it's getting, because of the economic position that everyone is in at the moment and still, you know, recovering from, I don't think it's as, I'm not going to say, I mean, I want to say easy, it's the wrong word. I think it's more challenging than it used to be to earn. But anyway, so yes, there's our first card. I'm going to die cut the trolley again. And those of you who were at OnStage will know where I'm going with this. Die cut the trolley again. Where did I put the foil? There's the dies. There's the foil. Because I have enough bottles left. So, you know. Dawn and I went to Disney in LA way back in 88. I have been to Disney in Florida a couple of times. Once when I was in my early 20s, which was quite a few years ago, just saying. And once when it was the 30th anniversary, the Stampin' Up 30th anniversary, which was held in Florida. And it was my first on stage as a, what they call a leader. So so it was my first centre stage, and we were gifted, that's still in the same place, I think so. We were gifted tickets to Epcot as our centre stage, in inverted commas, gift. It was amazing. And I went with Michaela. She was staying in the same condominium as we were in, so it was lovely. Got away with it. With the die cutting, I mean, because my die moved So, I'm going to use a different... Actually, I'm not going to use a different paper. I'm going to do something different with the paper that I've already got. Okay. So, yes. And I'll never forget, we went to the Magic Kingdom the day before Centre Stage, so just those of us who were staying in the house. And we went with Kate. She was part of the group. In fact, she'd organised the accommodation for us. And poor Michaela is not good at roller coasters. And I managed to persuade her to go on the runaway train, because I remember the runaway train from when I was in my early 20s. And it was fine. It was... I had done... So when I was on my trip in when I was in my 20s... should have another piece of that. Here we go. I did Space Mountain and then the runaway train. And by comparison to the Space Mountain, the runaway train was like a breeze. So I said this to Michaela, the runaway train's going to be fine, you'll be fine, it'll be fine. What I hadn't realised is that they have upgraded it since I was there. I mean, not surprising, it was about 40 years between the trips. So, yeah. It was fairly scary, and of course I'd been telling her that it was, you know, you're going to love it. It's going to be fine. It's not a problem. It's much calmer than you're going to imagine. So I'm going around having to look calm, thinking that it was because I just got older that it was scarier, because that is a thing. And then my niece, who knows Disney inside out, did tell me that no, they had actually upgraded it. But we finished the trip, the roller coaster ride, and there was a mother and a young son behind us, and the son turned to his mother and said, oh, "Can we go on it again?" And Michaela turned around at the top of her voice. She said, "Are you mad?" And it just makes me tickle every time I think of Disney. I think of that because it was such fun. But yeah, this just blasting out, "Are you mad?" Sorry for all the questions, but can you tell me about OnStage and where they do they happen? I will come back to that. B saying another bundle to consider. You were at OnStage. Oh, bless you, Shaz. Thank you. Yes, some thumbs up is always lovely. It was very cool to get gifted tickets, Tina. Leslie was the first tonight. Thank you. Yes, I mean, Michaela, bless her. You wouldn't have thought that she would be that, you know, loud about those sort of things, but it was so funny. Leslie doesn't do rides, scares to death. I blame you. Oh, yeah, many years will do that for you any day. I wonder what Space Mountain's like now then. Well, yeah. The problem I had with Space Mountain is I did it, as I say, in my 20s. And I will come back to the on-stage question, don't worry. I did it in my 20s, and at that point you sat with your legs around the person in front of you, or you had the person behind you had your legs around you. So you were in a kind of, there were two to a little compartment, as it were. This is a straight lift from Michaela, just saying. And I was in front, and I was terrified I was going to bash my head against the person's head, the head of the person behind me. And what's really scary is it's in the dark. Except there's one bit where it's not. It's in the light, and you think you've come to the end, so you open your eyes, because closing your eyes in the dark is a thing, just saying. You know, why wouldn't you keep your eyes closed if you're in the dark? And so I opened my eyes. No, it was to fool us. So OnStage. OnStage happens in March-ish. And they have, it changes, the format changes every now and again, but the current format is that there's one in each region. So one in North America, last year or this year it was in Houston, Texas. And one in South Pacific, I want to say it was Melbourne. So that would pick up Australia and New Zealand, and the North American one would pick up the States and Canada, and then one in Europe, and for us it was Rotterdam. And this coming year it's going to be Frankfurt. And it's kind of 2.5 days where they introduce new product. You get the catalogue early. You see lots of presentations on how to use the product. There's recognition, so if you've hit a target for something, you'll be recognised. And it's a great event just to hang out with your fellow demos. I would say the big thing really is the time spent with fellow demos. So again, I've got to hold that in place. Shaz says OnStage is fantastic. Shaz, was it your first OnStage? I want to say it was. So did I... about the same time years ago. Oh, you went on Space Mountain, you mean, B? But yes, so I think it's Frankfurt. It was Melbourne. Okay. Leslie should go to Brisbane. Jenny hasn't been to one yet. But, I mean, I think it's one of the best things. I mean, you have to pay to go and you have to pay for your hotel accommodation and all that stuff. If you're a leader, so Silver Elite or above, you get an event free each year, and you choose which one you want to have as your free event. So there is that option if you're a leader. That's a little bit running down the hill, but it doesn't kind of matter, because the whole point of this is once you've had your birthday, you take the bottles back for recycling. Yes, it was your first. It was a great first experience, I would imagine. My first one was a local, so it was in Telford. Yeah, Telford. So yes, that's the idea is you buy your bottles and then you take back the empties. B loves going to OnStage. Yes, OnStage is amazing. So anyway, there you are. Those are two ideas. Right, okay, I'm going to grab... What am I going to grab? I'm going to grab... I think I'm going to grab some of the new in colour paper. And for those of you in the UK who are not demos yourself, or even if you are, but if you are a demo, please ask your upline if they are doing this. I do paper shares, so I have a paper share that I am doing this year for all the new papers, just so you can get a sample. So which colour am I going to go for? I think I might go for the pink. And I think I might go for the pink blobs. So I will show you that. So this is the new colour family paper. I think Petunia Pop is probably going to be the easiest one to show the patterns. So you've got this with stripes on the back, and they're two-tone, well, three-tone stripes. So you've got full strength, a subtle strength, and then white. And then you've got this pattern, which is kind of like a tile pattern, I suppose, with circles on the back. I have to retire before I can go to OnStage, as you're an accountant. It always happens in tax season. Yeah, it's like it happens during school holidays sometimes. There's all sorts of reasons why people aren't able to go. If you've drunk all those bottles of wine, you will be going downhill anyway. Absolutely, Jenny. Strasbourg. You're right, it is. It's Strasbourg next year. No, you're not confused, Lorna. It's me that's confused. It is Strasbourg. Now, I have already stamped but not coloured my flowers. So I'm going to grab, surprise, surprise, new petal pink. And where's my Latrinia pop? Where's my Latrinia pop? Ooh, I've got that as well. And I've got those. Ooh, new things. Crumb cake. Right. Okay. So I'm going to have 2 colours of flower, and I'm going to go with the basis that the on-colour colours are meant to go together. Where are we doing? It's 10 to 12, so that's fine. So this is dark, pretty in pink. Ooh, is that a petal or is it a... No, I think it's a petal. Okay. So I'm going to do dark, pretty in pink, light, pretty in pink, dark petunia pop and light petunia pop, etc. And then decide what I'm doing the others in. But I always work on the premise that in colours are meant to go together, so I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just doing it. This is light petunia pop. And light pretty in pink. Do that over here. Okay, so we need petunia pop over this side. So I'm going to go in a circle in the middle and then blend that out with the light. So there's not a huge difference between the light and the dark, but it's probably clearer for me than it is for you. When's the new catalogue go live? The new papers are lovely, Tina. Yes, all of the new papers are lovely. Mary's looking forward to next year's OnStage. It was your first and you enjoyed it. Yeah, I know you had a great time. I could tell. It was lovely, lovely to see you. So yes, 1st of May. As Leslie says, is when it goes live. So where are you based, Tina? As in North America, wherever. I can't remember if you said where you were from. Right, I'm going to grab Pebble Path because there's going to need to be some shadow. Right, crumb cake. So it goes live at midnight region time. So for somewhere like Australia, it will be midnight. I'm guessing Sydney. And for Europe, it's midnight Germany, so mainland Europe. So it goes live at 11 o'clock the day before for those of us in the UK or Ireland because of the time difference. So that's dark crumb cake, and this is light crumb cake because I'm thinking brown paper. Brown paper packages tied up with string and all that. Ooh, now there's a thought. Brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favourite things. I mustn't sing, otherwise I'll get a warning that I'm using music. Right, so that's that, but I need depth. So this is light Pebble Path. Yeah, I probably need dark. I'll do light first just to see what that looks like. Yeah, that's fine. Right. Okay, so I've got that. Got that and I've got that. Ooh, actually, yes. Yes, 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 and yes. Have I got a... No, I haven't. Have I got No, I thought I had, but I don't, so that's fine. Right, top folding card again, but this time we're going long and thin. North America, oh, Indiana. So yes, near the Indy 500. So yes, I'm always very happy to answer questions, but if you've got specific questions, you may want to ask your upline. Don't know who your upline is, but they should be able to help. If you've got a question and you're not on YouTube, when that question comes to mind, just ask your upline and they will be able to assist. Now, I was going to use the ribbon and I've changed my mind. I am allowed to change my mind, and I have. Right, okay, so this is going on first. So, ooh, no. This side is slightly longer than the other side from top to bottom, so this is the front. There we go. This is going to go onto dimensionals. Sorry, my wrist buzzed at me. But it's fine. Okay, let's go for that. And a baby one. Obviously, if you haven't got mini dimensionals, you can just cut a piece of bigger dimensional. Right. Is that the one I want? Probably. So, linen thread. And I'm going to take a double length and tie it in a bow. So I'm just doing 2 loops. To make a bow. I want it to be a little baby bow. Oh, hang on. There we go. And cut and cut. Do I want those trimmed? A little bit. Trim. So I'm just cutting them off so they're off camera. Right. A little glue dot. So I'm going to try and make my glue dot half size by folding it in half. So you pick up one side and plonk it down onto the other side. And then attach that. So that's tying my bouquet together. And I'm going to go, oh actually I'm going to go happy birthday again, just because I think it looks right. Where's my happy birthday? There it is. Need to clean that. Got my scrubber out already. So, clean my block, my stamp rather, and I think I'm going to go pretty in pink. or I could go Petunia Pop. Actually, I think I'm going to go Petunia Pop. Haven't put these away yet properly. Right, so we need a little scrap of white, or a big scrap of white, depending on how you look at it. Let's go there. There we go. You love grey with pink or yellow. Perfect matches. Thank you. Crumb cake. I think crumb cake and pink is a good match. It's not grey, obviously, but grey and pink's lovely. Yellow and pink is to die for. Pam is from Australia. Hello, Pam. Is that going to fit in there? No, it's not. So I'm going to use my big one. Okay. Hello, Pam from Australia. Right, I really want to use the... okay, no, I can do this. I can do this. It's fine. It's not ideal positioning, but it's fine. There we go. We have quite a few Australians joining, as in, you know, joining my live. Actually, no, I'm going to do that. Now, to make sure that the angle on this side is the same, take this piece, turn it over, and pop it the other way up. And then that angle will be, as near as you can get it, the same. Like that. So that's just going to go there on some dimensional. So you don't need to go mad with what you're putting on the front of the card. You can go minimalist. Hello, Rose. I didn't know you were here. And I'm going to go off centre, and I'm doing that for a very good reason. It means it doesn't matter if it's not perfectly central. Just saying. Right. I have already been in this, and I think I'm going to use the Petunia. The Petunia's not as pink in the shimmer gems as it is in real life, in person. No, the ink is much brighter, is what I'm trying to say, and failing abysmally. Good Lord. I'm going to go there. And then... don't know why I keep forgetting that I've got the putty end, which is so much easier. Why do I forget? What I don't remember is the answer. Or shall I go there? Yes, I'm going to go there. In fact, I'm going to go there. Right, so that's card number 3. Central Victoria, Northwest Sydney, Melbourne. Right, so that is our third card of the day. What I haven't used is the birthday card or the shopping bag. I may finish those off camera and pop those on my website, because I will be posting this on my website later today. So we have got the happy birthday, we're getting ready for the party, the we finished the party, thank you very much, and just a nice little birthday card. So there we are. So yes, if you've enjoyed it, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Yes, 5 from Australia. I think the timing works well at the moment because they put their clocks forward and we've gone back, so we get a better time difference. So thank you very much indeed for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed an introduction to attention shoppers. Yes. It is a fun kit or bundle, but you do have the option of just using individual elements as well. So thank you, Nora. So yes, love the second card. Shaz, it was Michaela's idea. Other way around. Okay, other way around, you're right, Jenny. Yeah. Thank you, Sherry. You've put your clocks back and we've put ours forward. You're right. Yes, we spring forward and fall back. That's right. Thank you, Lorna. Thank you, everyone. And I will look forward to seeing you live next Tuesday. And I will be doing Simple Stamping Saturday on Saturday, surprisingly. Do keep your eyes peeled for things coming back into stock, particularly inks, coloured card, adhesives, the basic things that are going up in price with the new catalogue. Get your stock levels sorted out now and save money so that you can spend that money on new items. Right. Thank you. I will see you all very soon, I hope. I should say, if you're watching on replay, I should have said, you can leave comments below the description bar if you feel you wish to leave a comment, and I do reply. I'm actually up to date, which is unbelievable. Have a fantastic rest of your day, afternoon, evening, night, morning, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now. Alexa, Greatest Hits Radio.
Greatest Hits Radio Oxfordshire from Lizzie Gray.
Self-expression and innovation excite in equal measure. Let's